Jason MacArthur. If this is your first time seeing me, welcome. It's good to meet you. Sorry, meet you. Don't know what I'm saying there. But seriously though, I really appreciate your eyes and any opinions you have, and I am trying to learn how to teach. So this is that journey for me. I recently had an epiphany. I was writing in a journal because I watched a YouTube video that told me to do it. And so I'm writing in this journal at just about exactly where I am. I start physically, I'm lying in my bed. It's this date, this time. I'm thinking about this. And as I got deeper and deeper, I hit something. I hit a nail right on the head, not the nail. Because, I don't know, there's always more to learn about myself. And I think that's beautiful. So I'm writing. I reached this epiphany, and it is. Okay, actually, I take it back. I'm going to explain this through a scenario. Imagine yourself standing in front of a ladder, okay? And this ladder represents I'm gonna wait to get into the symbolism, actually. Just think about this, okay? It's a ladder. It's pretty steep, but you know, it's got rungs to climb. It's pretty big though. It's not easy to climb this ladder. So you climb it. This is your first time climbing it. You climb up, you get halfway up, and you feel so good. You're saying, wow, I've never been up this high. The view is amazing. I couldn't imagine anything better than this. And that's when you fall. You slip off the rung, and you're falling. Boom. You hit the floor. You get back up. You're a little dazed. You're like, dang it. I really liked it up there. Why? How did I fall? And so you get back to climbing. You go. You get halfway up, you're like, and you say to yourself, I did it again. This is amazing. I can do this multiple times. You try to take another step. Oh, boom. You're on the floor again. Okay, that sucks. I hate being on the floor. You climb up, fall. Climb up, fall. Same spot. Every time you get there, you fall. This is more than just a scenario. I know that you probably assumed that from the beginning, because I kind of spoiled the surprise by alluding to symbolism. But I'm not exactly sure what this ladder represents for you, and nor do I understand what the falling is for you. So I'm just going to say what it is for me. This ladder, we'll say in one case, represents pornography. I've struggled with an addiction to pornography since I was 5 or 6 years old. I'm not even sure when it started, but it's almost as long as I can remember, I've been addicted to pornography. And it's been a long journey to try and heal my heart. Now, this is not for you to feel bad for me, okay? My goal is that ladder, and I'm going to figure it out, and I appreciate support, but you have your own ladder, and so don't feel the need to worry about my ladder, because your ladder needs to come first, okay? It's like the oxygen masks in a plane. Put yours on before you help somebody else. Climb up the ladder, then put your hand down, pull them up. So, Again, not for the purpose of you feeling bad for me. This is just an example. So, I used to just not even know the ladder was there, or not even try to climb it. I was too scared to climb it. I would just run around, and nothing ever changed. Then my parents found out when I was 10. I was 10. We went to Yellowstone, and they had found out. And from that point on, I found another way to get it. And my parents were none the wiser. And so it was a struggle for a long time after that. And when I was 14, I said to myself, I need to change this. I need to do something different. So on a drive home from my basketball game one night in the winter, I tell my dad I need to tell him something. And I can't even speak at this point. But he just knows, and he talks about it. The only way I can explain it is something was stopping me from speaking. I believe it was the devil. You can believe it was whatever you want, but that was my experience. And so we go through this whole ordeal, trying to get me help to make progress on this ladder. Now, that conversation was a huge step on that ladder. I think that was really the first step. Because alone, I couldn't even get on the first one. So that gets me on. I'm like, oh, shiver me timbers, it's scary. And I climb a little bit, I fall. I climb higher, I fall. I climb higher. I feel like I'm making progress. And then that point becomes more and more consistent. The growth becomes less and less exponential. And I find myself to where I am today, where I can talk to people about it, but I'm going to fall. And I have to climb up again, and I love the view when I get halfway up. I love the view. I love the way I see people when I'm winning. I love the way I learn when I'm winning, and I love my ability to use my time wisely when I'm winning. But I just can't help but fall. Now this brought me into thinking deeply, even more deeply, about this scenario. No, sorry, I need to catch my breath. I always lose my breath when I'm doing these videos. I don't know if you've noticed, but all right, and now we're ready. A little smile, and we're good. I figured that I'm not 100% sure, of course, but this is the epiphany I reached. Because you can notice that you're falling off this part of the ladder, but if you don't know why or how you can change it, what's the point of knowing it? If it doesn't affect the way you live or the way you think, what is the point of it? There's no point to it. It's not an epiphany. It's just a thought. So I was thinking about this falling, and I realized why. Comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Now, the first few times you fall off the ladder, it may just be circumstances. It may just be your habit of staying at the bottom, which is okay. If you're going to fall a few times, that's okay. Because this is a big thing. Falling down is not good. But staying down, that's exactly what everything wants you to do is stay down. So don't get so mad at yourself. Don't get so mad at God. Don't get so mad at those around you. Don't get mad at anything for you falling over and over again. Sure, there may be somebody to blame, but you need to remember the only reason the only reason you're able to be mad that you've fallen so many times is your ability to get back up. And that will serve you so well once you get past this point. I need you to remember that. So comfort. Comfort, you may feel comfortable falling from that height. It may not be that far. Like for me, I get to like 4 days and I say, I'd rather lose now. Well, I think I don't say this to myself, but it's a subconscious thought for me. I get up there and in the back of my mind, something says, falling from here is way better from falling up there. Why not just fall now? It feels comfortable because falling from up there sounds so scary. And getting any higher feels so scary because of the potential to fall. It's not a thought that it's not a thought that you consciously make. I don't think so. Unless it is for you, that's okay. That might help make it easier. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know exactly your situation, but I get the feeling that I can't be comfortable if I want to go where I want to go. Now, that's not to say that you won't feel good. Like, you may feel comfortable falling from that height. You may feel comfortable only going up that high. And you may feel comfortable at the bottom. But you can't stay there, so you climb because you have to. That's not to say comfort is not good. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it's definitely not good. There's a saying that my dad always says that there's no growth in the comfort zone and there's no comfort in the growth zone. You have to find a balance, because if you're not comfortable, you won't be satisfied. If you're not growing, you also won't be satisfied. And so that's an important part of it, is keeping that balance. You will fall sometimes. Have compassion for yourself. But keep taking steps. Get up to the point you're at and try to push through. I have to get past this point on the ladder. Because if I don't, I'm in a situation where it could seriously hurt me in my relationships and my happiness and my life outcome and my eternal outcome in my belief. So, think about your ladder. Give yourself a second. Think about the ladder you are trying to climb right now. Is it pornography addiction? Is it vape addiction? Is it public speaking? Is it fear of spiders? It could be anything. It could be a relationship with a friend. It could be a relationship with a girl, a boy. And so many things. It could be if your addiction to buying things. It could be so much. It could be your ability to think as well and consider and process emotions. It could be anything. There is rungs to that ladder. It's not a jump. There's rungs. Okay? One at a time. Climb, climb, climb. If you fall back down, that's okay. You got higher. You have to get right back. Because if you sit at the bottom too long and you're, dude, I can't do it. I'm just gonna fall again. That's the risk of becoming great, of becoming more than you are now. The risk is falling. You might fall. You might lose it all. You might have people hate you. You might have all these things go wrong. That's the risk of going higher. There's no disappointment when you're at the bottom. There's no disappointment. It's when you get higher and higher that the disappointment, the risk gets that much higher. But then, if you think about the risk, you have to think about the reward. The reward. Because there is one. The reward is more than you could ever know. Every time I win more than I have in months, I beat the addiction for longer than I ever have. I feel so amazing. And it's a feeling that I love. And for my church, we go to the temple. Every time I go to the temple, if I go to the temple more often, I feel so much better. And I feel so much happier and less prompted to give into pornography. There is a huge reward that we can't even imagine. We know what it feels like to lose. We know what it feels like to win. It's on a whole nother level. But you need to understand that as big as the fall may feel like, as big as the risk as it is, that's how big the reward is. Now that's very daunting. And it may cause you to freeze up. Uh-oh. And you don't want to move up or down, you just want to sit right there. You're gonna fall if you do that. A lot of times. But I mean, that's the thing with being comfortable. You can't always be climbing. You need to take rest. You need to take rest, lay back, relax, hang out with some homies, and reset yourself. That's okay. You can hold that standard for yourself. I want to get to this point in the ladder. But if you don't get there, you need to have an equal level of compassion for yourself. It can't be, if you have a higher expectation and lower compassion, then that just leads you to self-hatred and unhappiness. If you have too much comfort and not enough growth, then you just sit back and you don't really do anything. Your life never changes. You never amount to anything more than where you are now. Which to me, you can think whatever you want about that, but to me that's scary. That's more scary than anything else. Is that I won't grow. I won't become more than I am now. So if you have equal level, you have the ability to grow. But when you fall, have that compassion. And that compassion will catch you. It's a booster for the next time you start climbing. You can take breaks. You can even fall. That's okay. But come back. You have work to do. There's always more to be done. You are never going to be finished, at least in this life. So love yourself. Accept you as you are. But know, you need to know there's a higher plane to be reached, a higher happiness, a better view to be reached. a more enjoyable experience. It's not easy, and it's gonna take a lot of consistent effort even when you don't feel like it. You have to love yourself. You have to work for yourself. You have to work for others. All those around you. You have so many people that love you. Whether you know it or not, they observe you. They hold affection for you. And there's so much balance to be had. But if you can find it, if you can improve at that balance, your happiness will be unimaginable, and I can testify of that truth. Maybe I'm not where I want to be. I haven't climbed past that point on the ladder, and I'm trying. And it hurts every time I fall, but I love myself enough to know, hey, it's okay. To say, Jace, it's okay. Just go. Just one more rung today. Or just don't fall today. Whatever it is. The worst thing you can do is not show up to the ladder. When you're always at the bottom, you'll find lower points. You're gonna fall somehow, some way, no matter what. There's gonna be a fall at some point in your life. That's what this life is all about, is falling and getting back up and climbing. Valleys and cliffs. I mean, it's not easy. It's not. But it's gonna happen anyway. And I know I'm going to go up. Well, that's at least what I want. I don't know if I'm gonna go up. But I'm gonna put everything I have into going up. I'm gonna love myself either way, but I'm gonna go up. I have a high expectation for myself. And I will reach it. I will promise myself every day that I will reach it. But when I don't, hating myself is not the move. So keep climbing and always try to push your comfort rung up one. If you're only comfortable going up this high, go this high today. And if you can only get up this high after you fall, that's okay. You got up here before. You can do it again. Get back up there, maybe fall, get back up, and then eventually your momentum will carry you somewhere where it's so good. I've seen glimpses, and I'm excited. And I know you have the ability to do it too. Whatever your ladder is, you can climb it. I believe that there is a power that assures that we can do it. Maybe not this time, but we will be able to. And it will be amazing. It will be worth it. When all falls down, hold compassion for yourself and have a high expectation. That's the base of it. It doesn't even have to be high. Just a little compassion, just a little expectation. You can build. You're not done. You're not finished. You have not fallen for the last time. Love you guys. And make sure that you support everyone that you are able to on their ladder. And have people help you with yours. Fearing shame is not efficient. That's what I found. Fearing shame is not efficient, so it's gotta go. You're good. You can do this. I love you. I believe in you. God believes in you. I'll pray for you. Obviously, if you ask for it. But, if you're able to pray for me, I would love that. But outside of God, I support you. And we'll do this. We'll do this together. Alright? Love you, and have a great night. Thank you.